Hi, my name is Alan Fires. A lot of years ago, I played football. Matter of fact, more years ago than I care to think about. I played football at Ohio State. I came away with great memories and all my joints intact, but with a bone chip in my left shoulder. That bone chip didn't bother me much over the years, but it would occasionally hang up and I'd have to move my shoulder and get it back in place. Well, about 6 years ago, I was lifting weights and it caught. And rather than readjust my shoulder and get it back in place, I thought to myself, I'll just push through. So with 235-pound dumbbells, I just pushed my arms up. And about halfway up, my left arm just dropped like a rock. It seems that the bone chip had decided to cut my rotator cuff. Well, I lived in excruciating pain for 5 months or so, but ultimately, over time, my shoulder seemed to heal and I returned to fairly normal use of the shoulder. Then about 2 years ago, I was water skiing. I do slalom water ski on a regular basis, like a lot of people play golf. And as I was crossing the wake, my binding did what's called a premature release. And right at the peak speed, about 50 miles an hour, and maximum load, I separated from my ski. The boat pulled me forward off my left arm, slammed me to the water. And when I came up, and after checking my arms and legs to make sure I could move them because I couldn't feel anything, I climbed out of the boat up on the platform. And as I did, it was like someone stabbed my left shoulder. It really hurt. Well, I thought again it would heal itself, and so I started self-treatment. First a little exercise, and then getting in and out of the hot tub in the evening times. Well, as luck would have it, one evening getting out of the hot tub, I slipped and had to catch myself on my left shoulder, and as I did, I partially dislocated it, and that did it. From that point on, I basically had no use of my left shoulder, except at an area just below my waist. Anytime I would try to raise it above, say, my chest, it was impossible. I had to take my right hand and move it. I couldn't steer a car, I couldn't lift anything, and when I was lying down in bed, if I wanted to move it or shift it, I had to move it with my other arm, my right arm. About December last year, I decided enough was enough. The pain was constant, the mobility was non-existent, or essentially non-existent. So I went to the sports orthopedic surgeon to get my rotator cuff repaired. After he did an MRI, he said, I need to do an x-ray. He took one look at the x-ray and he said, I can't fix that shoulder. You need to see a replacement surgeon. So I went to the replacement surgeon. He looked at it. He told me I needed a total shoulder replacement. He said there was good news and bad news. The good news was he could do it, and after it healed, I'd be essentially pain-free and have full range of motion. But I wouldn't be able to water ski. I wouldn't be able to do anything that would violently pull on my shoulder because it would almost certainly redislocate and then it would be worse than before. So I had to make a choice, live with pain or stop doing what I love to do. I decided to live with pain, but a few weeks earlier, Elizabeth Ortman had stopped me when I was working out in the yard and told me about the snake oil that healed joints, rebuilt cartilage in your muscles, and relieved pain. And I told her that I didn't do snake oil, and stopped being a carnival huckster, and sort of told her I wasn't interested. And she, about 2 more times, she had stopped and told me about this product, and each time I gave her the same response, no snake oil for me. But when I returned from the doctor, I said, what the heck? I might as well give the stuff a try. It's only a little bit of money, and who knows, it might help and it might alleviate the pain. So I called Elizabeth up, and she immediately gave me a bottle, or lent me a bottle of Judiciu, and signed me up for the program. I paid $140 and whatever it is, the $39 or $40 to get the stuff on a wholesale basis. And I started. And she also told me that about 4 weeks into the program, I could expect there to be a little bit of pain. Well, 4 weeks into the program, I had a lot of pain. And then it started to abate. And now here I am, 3 weeks or 3 months later, and I'm essentially pain-free. I can move my shoulder up and down. So Jiu-Jitsu has alleviated, let's say, 90% of my pain, has allowed me to increase my mobility in my shoulders fairly dramatically. As a matter of fact, almost normally. So here's my bottom line. It's worked for me. It may work for you. If you have pain, if you're in discomfort, you should at least try the product. You owe it to yourself to give it a try. Who knows? It might do the same thing for you that it's done for me. Thanks a lot.